Welcome everyone today to this meeting of the Healthy Community Alliance. We appreciate you being here today. My name is John Disher and I am the Community Outreach Project Manager for IU Health Memorial Hospital, also the facilitator of the Healthy Community Alliance. So I appreciate you being here today. I want to thank Cornerstone for hosting our meeting once again. What a great venue. How about a round of applause for Cornerstone and this great facility. One of the things, them being a partner, they said right away, hey, we want to get involved and provide any kind of meeting space that the Alliance needs. So we really, really appreciate that. I also want to recognize my employer, IU Health Memorial Hospital, for being the backbone organization of the Healthy Community Alliance. IU Health provides resources, my time to help administrate our website functions, all those things, including the subway today is provided by IU Health. So we really appreciate that as well. Yeah, thank you. We've got several of our Healthy Community Alliance Steering Committee members here. If you guys could just stand up real quick and wave at everybody and so we can see who our steering committee members are. Very good. How about a round of applause for our steering committee? Thank you. Thank you, guys. All right. And Steve Perry, the white-haired guy in the back. Thanks, Steve, for taping it today. We appreciate that. And then if there were an award for the largest contingent today, it would go to Westminster Village. You guys all wave your hands and look at this crowd they brought today from Westminster. Excellent job, you guys. So we've got a really tight agenda today, and so we're going to keep things moving pretty rapidly. We won't have time for question and answer sessions today. So if you do have a question about one of our presenters, what they presented, try to catch them after the meeting, or you can just email me and say, hey, John, can you connect me with the presenter that talked about XYZ, and I'll make sure you get connected to ask your question to them. So what we're going to do today is basically just briefly talk a little bit about the Healthy Community Alliance. And then we're going to hear from some of our partner organizations on some of the activities that they're actually doing out in the community. We all know, I think, that our goal is to improve the health of the population in our Delaware and Blackford counties, and we want to improve chronic disease states. We're really trying to drive down chronic disease rates in our communities. The model of our alliance is we have a steering committee. We have 3 priority areas within the work that we're trying to do in Delaware and Blackford counties. We're trying to increase physical activity, improve nutrition, and reduce tobacco use. We have, as part of our alliance, we have a steering committee. We have the broad coalition membership. That's you guys, okay? Look at all the coalition members here. Awesome that you're here as part of the alliance. We have work groups in 3 priority areas that we're working on. And then, as I mentioned, Ball Hospital is our backbone organization and helps provide a technology platform, our website. We're working within what we call a collective impact model. So what we're trying to do is influence people where they gather. So all of you folks represent a place where people gather, and we're trying to align ourselves around common goals, around those three goal areas, and we're trying to do consistent messaging across our alliance. And basically, what we also do is what are called mutually reinforcing activities. So things that help each other and collectively have an impact on our community. We've got some work groups up and running, and if you've not been to a work group, I would encourage you to come to a work group meeting. We've had some really great conversations at our work group. This is some pictures from our nutrition work group and our physical activity work group. The next meeting of the physical activity work group is next week, so if you can make it, great. Check the newsletter. I'll keep promoting when those meetings are. The back of your agenda has the schedule of the work group meetings for the rest of the year, so I really encourage you to come to those. Our tobacco arm, our tobacco partner of the Alliance, is Tobacco Free Delaware County, and that group meets every single month. You're also invited to attend that group, and we'll be doing an award ceremony today as part of that group's annual recognition program that they do. Now, many of you have heard me talk about the sphere of influence and how that works with our collective impact model. What we're trying to do is figure out ways that our partners can persuade others to make good decisions about nutrition, physical activity, and tobacco use. So we're going to hear today from several of our partners who are using their sphere of influence to get their audiences, whether they be employees, whether they be clients, customers, church members, to think about and create a more healthy lifestyle for themselves. So we've got several presentations. The first one will be Paula Tyler from IU Health. Now I've given her about 10 minutes to talk, and then everybody else after that has had strict instructions, 2 minutes each only. So we'll have that hook ready, okay? And 2 minutes each, but Paula's going to talk for about 10, and then if you could look at the agenda, if you're scheduled to speak today, if you could maybe kind of make your way up while the person in front of you is getting ready to talk, that would be great, and that way we can keep things moving rapidly today. So I'll kick it off, let Paula introduce herself, and take our first topic away. Thank you, Paula.
Good afternoon, everybody, and thank you for allowing me to come and share a little bit about IU Health Ball and what we do there in the way of supporting our team members and their families for their health and well-being. My background is that I came to Muncie in 1982 to go to Ball State and graduated there 4 years later with a degree in physical therapy. Married my husband a year after that, and I've been a member of this community ever since, and it is definitely my home. So I have a passion about the wellness of our community. I serve at Ball Hospital as the service line leader for orthopedics and neurosciences, but one of my responsibilities is that I am the facilitator leader of our Living Well Works Committee, and we'll talk a little more about that shortly. So I'm going to talk specifically about employee wellness programs that we have to offer at Ball, and that's really, we divided it up, this into 3 parts on the agenda. First is healthy results. Second is the Living Well Works Committee that I'll talk a little more about. And then some of the tips that we have just in general for the workplace well-being. Healthy results, first I want to just explain a little bit about some statistics behind it. Employees who participate in the Healthy Results Screening Program had 28% lower healthcare costs, 58% less likely to be admitted to the hospital, and visited the ER half as often as those who did not. Employees who participated in 4 or more Healthy Results programs also demonstrated lower healthcare costs and fewer ER visits than those who did not participate. So I'll tell you, this is not statistically, scientifically driven data, but there is some more information behind this, but it's at least a picture of what we believe our Healthy Results program is doing. So Healthy Results, excuse me, is a program that we have as an adjunct to our benefits that offers free and discounted programming. It's nationally recognized, it's personalized, and it also has proven results. So what's in it for our team members? First of all, to improve their health, to increase their self-awareness of personal risk factors. We have an on-site health screening that Healthy Results offers. And we've also expanded that in the past year, that it's also offered to a spouse or significant other at no cost to our team members, so that's a really great benefit. Fun and engaging programs with access to prizes and giveaways. Each year, we'll have some type of a challenge, and I'll talk a little bit more about that. But they're fun because you're doing that with other people on your team. And there are some really nice prizes and giveaways, and you don't have to win to be eligible for those. Access to world-class programs, and those signed up for IU Health medical benefits can save money on their health insurance premiums. And this is pretty key to our team members because we have 3 levels of discounts available, and it doesn't take much to get to a $10 per paycheck discount. So, you know, that's a significant amount of money. Then the next level is $24, and the next level is $28. And honestly, all of those are achievable. So our team members right now are working through Healthy Results and the activities that they do to achieve their points for next year so that they'll have discounts on their insurance premiums. The program offers on-site health screenings. We offer an alternative that if you'd rather do it through your provider, that's an option. The Quit for Life program for smoking, tobacco cessation, disease education, health coaching. We have Weight Watchers at Work as well as the Weight Watchers Online Plus program. Those are discounted and or free depending on what level of salary you have in our organization. They also offer financial wellness online or in-program seminars, in-person seminars. Some of the challenges that we've done, there's a September Bicycling Challenge. We have the 500 Festival Mini Marathon team. Again, those are things that can accrue points towards insurance discounts. Fitbit Activity Challenge. We've had a Weight Loss Challenge, which you did not have to win to be eligible for prizes, so even those who had a little bit of weight to lose had some additional incentive. There's always random drawings in the challenges that we do, as long as somebody goes from start to finish of the program. We've also had sleep, gratitude, and self-awareness initiatives. We just finished a 4-week sleep program, which was very, I guess pun intended, eye-opening to many of us. So that was good. This is just a picture of our portal. So it's very user-friendly to our team members. They just log in, it's on our intranet. They can go in there, put their points in. If you have a Fitbit, it actually syncs when you go in there. So this is just a nice, easy way for them to see where they're at with their points, towards their discounts, and actually how they're doing with their health. So I want to talk a little bit now about our Living Well Works committee. It is basically this group of people. We're a multidisciplinary group that what drew us all together is that we really have a passion around health and wellness. But we have our chaplaincy program represented, we have nutrition represented, fitness represented, nursing is represented. So it's a well-rounded group, and the pillars that we focus on are around our emotional, spiritual health, exercise and fitness, nutrition, and then also we have a volunteerism component through our Strength That Cares program. We produce a quarterly newsletter, and then one of our primary roles now is when we first started this committee, Healthy Results didn't exist. So we were the driver of a lot of programs, coming up with things on our own. Now we're a supporter of a lot of things that Healthy Results is doing, but we also recognize individual needs at IU Health Ball that our team members need. So we'll have things in the cafeteria, and we have planned out our agenda for the year, what we want to do for our team members. And then as things come up, we can also add things on to help support those. But so much of what we do is just communicate, communicate, communicate. If I can't say that enough, that's one of the things that is so important as you're trying to support your team members, just to communicate what opportunities there are within your organization and also in the community. Emotional spiritual component, we have a chaplain's message each morning that comes over the loudspeaker. So again, for our team members, but everybody in the hospital gets to hear that. We have financial workshops, employee assistance program, sanctuary moment writings and videos, and then journal groups as well. Unique to healthcare, maybe the Westminster people will, I don't know who else in here is from healthcare can relate to this, but we have something that is called compassion fatigue, which means we have a lot of people who are caring for people at their work, and then they go home and they care for other people, and that can result in compassion fatigue. So we specifically want to talk about that, and that's what's meant by breaking through the silence. We talk about those things. We try to have comforting physical spaces where people can step away from their work and have some relaxation and some time to regroup sometimes. Adequate resources regarding their job, encouraging an atmosphere of respect, and then supporting the team through counselors, managers, our clinical nurse specialists, preceptors. We have what we call a critical response team, where when we have something happen in our organization impacting a significant number of caregivers or employees, where they can get some support. We also brought in some relaxation tools, mandalas, art therapy, and then we have actually borrowed that labyrinth and had it in our South Tower atrium. That is a really neat thing if you ever get an opportunity to do that. We've also experimented with finger labyrinths that you can do with your fingers as just a moment of centering and relaxation. Laughter yoga was another one. Anybody done laughter yoga? It's hysterical. Again, pun intended. It is so much fun. So there are actually laughter yoga instructors, but honestly, you can do it on your own. You start laughing, and it works its way around. Really unique and fun. The second part of one of our pillars is our exercise and fitness pillar. We are fortunate enough to have an actual fitness center at our workplace. It's open 24/7, 365 days a year, at a nominal fee to our team members and to their family members. So again, a real opportunity if you don't have it in your facility, but to think about discounted memberships somewhere in your community that people can use. We have an indoor walking trail that is marked out, an outdoor walking trail that goes around our Med Ed building. We have a Walk Indiana employee incentive, so if they participate, they get half of that back. If they participate and finish, half of the fee back. We do a lot of take the stairs messaging. My office is on the 6th floor, so I'm very familiar with the stairs in our hospital. And then promotion of our fitness center in our classes. We have classes that are actually open to the community as well as to our team members in our fitness studio. Nutrition, and I know a lot of this stuff, again, probably is not applicable because you don't have cafeterias in your workplace. You can read through that. I think the biggest thing is, again, you can at least do communications about what's healthy, what's not healthy, put them up where people are going to see them, where they're going to be eating. And the last thing on there, most people, vending machine changes, that was one of the big things that we did at the hospital. A lot of places of employment do have vending machines, so think about the sugar-free drinks, water in your vending machines, and healthier snacks, baked versus fried chips and those things. Strength That Cares, again, one of my favorite programs that we have. The Employee Volunteer Program, which can contribute points to discounts for your benefits. But also we have our Day of Service once a year with over 220 employees the last time we did it, which is just a really fun way to get out and work in the community and do it together. One of my favorite days of the year. It's nice to do some work and see the fruit of your effort real time sometimes. Some workplace wellness success ideas, making physical activity an easy choice at work. So like I said, if you have some place, if you don't have the ability to have a fitness center, and I know many places don't, things as simple as marking out walking trails, indoor and outdoor, promoting walking, the 10,000 steps a day is what we try to do, and I found, I'm an exerciser, but I don't get it done every day, and I found that when I got my Fitbit and we started our first 10,000 step per day challenge, that I started parking further away wherever I went, and it's something that I've continued to do. So something to think about to encourage your team members. Promoting walking during breaks. We are piloting something called Wellness on the Clock, which means I'm going to go do something for my well-being, and they leave their unit and go out and walk or read or whatever it is that kind of recenters someone. Organize walking meetings for small groups, implement activity breaks during longer meetings, identify and mark walking routes. We talked about that, indoor and out, using the stairs, putting signs. For us, it was our elevators are really busy, so it actually helped two groups of people. It helped our team members get their stairs in, and it also helped our visitors have more access to the elevators that really needed them. So, promoting bicycling to work. We'll have a Bike to Work Day coming up shortly. Partnering with community events like Walk Indiana. And consider convening a worksite committee on physical activity, similar to what we've done with Living Well Works, just to have a few people that have a passion for this, that want to help support their team members. And encouraging healthier food and drink at meetings. There's one thing that's not, so there's my little joke at the end, courtesy of John. The one thing I want to just mention is we've tried a number of different walking groups and activities and things like that, and I will tell you what we think does and does not work. It's really not about a group. There's a group at 8 o'clock and I'm going to go join that group. It's really about connecting with somebody that they know and they want to just spend time with and get an accountability with each other. We've had groups of one. I think John's been a group of one. I think I've been a group of one. So really encourage that, as you encourage relationships in your organization, those are the people that will hold each other accountable and get out and do things together. And that's it for me. Thank you for your time. I appreciate it.
Like I said, I am Dawn Marie Oberly, and I'm a retired physical therapist from the hospital. I've worked with Paula for just about 21 years. I am also the president of Holy Trinity Lutheran Church on White River Boulevard, and Dr. Jeff Bird is a member of our church, and he is also the COO and CMO at the hospital, Chief Operating Officer, Chief Medical Officer. And one day after church, he approached Linda Hamilton, RN, and I about Healthy Community Alliance. And at that time, I knew nothing about it. But he was all excited and energetic about it, so Linda and I got all excited and energetic about it. And we talked to our pastor, Jerry O'Neill, and he was all for it. So we were one of the earlier partners, I think, church partners in Healthy Community Alliance, and Linda and I got a program started for walking, and it's called Walk to Jerusalem. Between here and Jerusalem, there are 6,188 miles, and we are keeping track of our miles via this little card that she set up, Walk to Jerusalem. And we do meet as a group on Wednesdays, but what we found is that we had the tortoise and the hares. And I could not keep up with the hares, and I was a little too quick for the tortoises. But what we found is that the tortoises totally fell out. They wouldn't come because they were embarrassed that they were too slow. So I decided I am going to walk with these women who are slower because they're out there and wanting to do it. So why not accommodate that? Yesterday I walked with them, and one of them told me, she said, "Dawn Marie, I finally reached 3,000 steps. 3,000 steps a day was an accomplishment for her, but she was out there and doing it." Being a retired physical therapist, I had to figure out, how am I going to get my 10,000 steps a day? So one thing I decided to do was, when I'm watching the news, I'm walking on my treadmill. But it's a lot more rewarding, like Paula said, to be out there walking with somebody. And that's what one of the folks in our group said. I've been walking for about a year, but it's wonderful to walk with other people. Our pastor is so behind this, and so is Dr. Jeff Bird. And as their president, I am too. But when you get into an exercise program, take the different levels of ability into consideration. Even if you yourself have to be with a slower group, do it. Because 3,000 steps is an accomplishment for some people, whereas 10,000 is daily for some of us. But they're doing it, thanks to this.
Good afternoon. I am Watasha Barnes-Griffin, and I am the newly appointed Executive Director of the YWCA of Muncie. And so the mission of the YWCA is to eliminate racism, empower women, and promote peace, dignity, justice, and freedom for all. And so we are most well known for one of our programs, which is our residential program. But our mission and action is that we do advocacy for people that we serve, women and children. Social justice and civil rights is another program that we focus on. Empowerment and economics, and an advancement for our women and children in that area. And then we have health and wellness, and then of course our residential program is what you all probably know us best for. But one of the programs that we offer to our residential piece, it's called Nutrition on a Budget. So we've partnered with Purdue Extension and Velvet Miller and Courtney Zimmerman, and realized that the residents that we serve, about 76% of them fall below the federal income guidelines, and so they're at that poverty level. And so most of them receive food subsidies and don't always eat that great, and so a part of our health and wellness initiative is to let them know that, when you eat healthy, it costs a lot more money, but there's a way to do it on a budget. So we have an 8-week program that we rotate to teach our residents how to eat healthy, how to purchase healthy. The barrier for them is that because they don't have a lot of money, they may get SNAP benefits or food subsidies, but they still have barriers to getting to quality food. And so we're in a food desert here, kind of at Charles Street. So there are no grocery stores, but there are gas stations and convenience stores. And so they're more apt to go there and spend their food stamps on something that is totally unhealthy for them. Then they don't have access to, like, the grocery store. So, sometimes they may have a bus ticket, but to even go to the grocery store with the baby and get all those groceries and then try to bring them back on a bus is kind of difficult. And so that challenge was there. And so we partnered to do Nutrition on a Budget. So they come and they just learn how to budget their food subsidies, how to make some really healthy meals, and how to do it at a lower expense. And they actually get to make some meals with the nutrition program, but it just opens their eyes to, there are great ways and creative ways to eat healthy, and you can do it with the little money that you have. And then we also encourage, just because we have at our facility, we do have a fitness room, and then we do have a pool, and so everyone that resides with us, of course, they are members, and so they are more than welcome to use those, and so that's what they do. But the Nutrition on a Budget has really stuck, and they really love that. and they love the simplicity of it. It's not overly complicated, you know, it's engaging, and so we thank Purdue and we thank Velva for making that happen with us, and so that's what we do.
Heather Hosier was unable to make it today. Heather represents University Dermatology Clinic, and they recently, after they became members of the HCA, started offering discounts to the Y for their employees, and also they utilized the tobacco toolkit that was developed by the HCA. So we're excited about the work they're doing there at UDC.
I'm Marta Moody, and I'm the Executive Director for the Delaware-Muncie Metropolitan Plan Commission. Our agency does federal transportation planning and general local transportation planning as a part of our regular functions. And the project shown in the picture above was a federal aid project, meaning 80% of it was paid for with federal dollars, 20% with local dollars. And this is a prime example of a complete streets project. What that means is that when you're doing a road project, you're not just putting down new pavement, you're looking for opportunities to see if it would accommodate bike lanes and sidewalk improvements. And a complete street is one where you're looking at the complete facility, not just a travel lane for a car. And Neely Avenue, we're all quite proud of that. And actually, it, I think, got so much attention and people realized the value of it. Ball State will be adding bike lanes to their section of Neely running through campus so that we'll start building a system. The other thing that our agency will be doing is starting a county-wide bicycle and pedestrian master planning effort. We've been working with Ball State. They've just completed their first campus bike master plan, and that will be folded into our county-wide bicycle and pedestrian master plan. And I think we'll be having a lot of opportunities for people to provide input to us. And I think the people in this room are probably those that would be very interested, because it's all about adding those facilities that would promote active living that helps achieve the goals of our Healthy Community Alliance. And I do want to say that what we do is made much easier and more enjoyable when you have administrations who are responsible for public improvements who support bicycle and pedestrian facilities. Was that my timing thing or something? And under Mayor Tyler's administration, we have added over 7 miles of on-street bike lanes. And I also want to give it a little shout out to the commissioners, because over the years, they are responsible for all bridges, including the ones along the White River in town. And they have, over the years, been continual supporters of adding those cantilevered bike, pedestrian walkways along the sides of their bridges, which has been a wonderful improvement for everyone. So that's what we do, and we hope to have your participation when we start our bike ped plan.
I'm Tracy Disher, and I'm a self-employed electrologist and a networking queen. And I love to help people, and I love to learn from others. So Muncie Electrology Clinic becoming a member of the Healthy Community Alliance was pretty much a no-brainer for me. And as a non-smoker or previous smoker, I have a real passion for the tobacco cessation portion of our mission. I personally know how hard it was to quit. And for those of you in the room that have never smoked, please understand that smokers are not stupid. They're addicted. And that it's very difficult for them to quit, and there's none of them that doesn't know that it's bad for you. I mean, they all get that. We just have a way of mastering in our mind the skill of denial that it won't happen to us. So, but anyways, I quit smoking 15 years ago, and the trials that I went through the years when I was trying to quit actually helped the ACA put together a toolkit that we can use for other people. And so I have that toolkit proudly displayed in my office where people can look at it and take it home. But my favorite part of that toolkit is there's a little money of how you spend your money and what it can do for you. And when I quit smoking 15 years ago, I started putting the money that I would have spent on cigarettes in a jar on the back of my toilet with a no smoking sign that was a way that I would see it on a regular basis, so I could see how the cash was building up. And for my 1-year anniversary, I went and bought a really amazing diamond bracelet that I forgot. Never underestimate your sphere of influence. As I said, I'm an electrologist, and I just recently had a client that came back after years of being away, and she had just recently quit smoking like 2 weeks before, and she told me I was her inspiration. And she remembered the seeds that I planted clear back when I was trying to quit. She remembered the bracelet that I bought, and I congratulated her, reinforced and told her that if I could do it, anybody could do it, and I sent her home with one of the HCA smoking toolkits. Thank you very much. And I forgot my notes, so I winged it.
Hello, my name's Tony Elder. I'm currently the food service director at Westminster Village. When I kind of look at the customer base of the potential people who we can impact, kind of when we look at our residents as well as our employee base combined, we have the opportunity to touch 500 people. So in the interest of time, just have a couple of examples how currently, both nutritionally and physically, that we offer wellness at Westminster Village. For nutritional wellness, we do offer nutritionally balanced meals, up to 600 meals per day, that are overseen by our nutritional services department. We also offer a portion of those same meals free of charge to our employees in our break room, our employee break room, daily. So it offers a free, nutritional meal for them. Also, we've made a recent push to promote more heart-healthy options within our Village Cafe that's housed inside Westminster. Physical wellness, we recently partnered with the Y, and they offered some employee incentive-based discounts to kind of increase membership, but also make it attractive for the employees to join. Westminster Village also serves as a host site for the Silver Sneakers program, which encourages seniors in the community to stay active by offering classes multiple times a week in our wellness center at Westminster. And then lastly, a great resource that we have that's free of charge that often gets utilized the most is our mile-long walkway, paved walkway that encircles the campus of Westminster Village. Kind of leads you through some different gardens, our pond out back. Has several rest areas as well, so you don't have to commit to that full mile if you weren't looking to do that. But kind of future projects, looking for a way to incentivize maybe more employees and residents to utilize that walkway, and try to open to some ideas, how we can kind of bring that, full circle. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Marianne Pope, and I am with the Delaware-Muncie Metropolitan Planning Commission. I work as our Delaware County Safe Routes to School Coordinator. We have just celebrated our second Bike to School Day. Last year, this time, we had one school participating, which was Longfellow Elementary. This year, we had 5. Throughout the state of Indiana, there were 30 registered schools. Muncie Community Schools was 5 of those 30. Our program would not be able to succeed without Ball State University's, community development. Purdue Extension, Delaware County EMS, IU Ball Memorial Hospital, Safe Kids. Who else am I leaving off? Muncie Police Department, the Fire Department, and Indiana State Police Force. They've all worked together to make this a successful event. Like I said, this is now our second one. We also do a walk to school day in the fall, and we had 3. We had 3 participate in the fall. So, so it's something to be very proud of, and we hope to keep it moving forward, even with the closures of a couple of the schools. We hope to keep the momentum moving.
I'm Gail Lewis. I'm from Hearts with Integrity. We're a small home health agency in Blackford County. And Obviously, they left the best for, or the last for the best, or the best for the last, yeah. We have like 37 employees. We're the only home care agency that's based in Blackford County, and we were started by two sisters, two nurses, that decided they would like to just take care of Blackford County patients, but now we cover Delaware County, Grant County, Jay County, and Wells County, just the outskirts of Wells and Jay, but we have a fairly decent amount of patients in Delaware County and quite a bit in Grant County. So when we joined the Alliance, when they had the tobacco-free team, that was real close to my heart because I was raised in a family of smokers. I was the only person in my family that didn't smoke. I'm the only one that ended up with COPD and asthma. So secondhand smoke really is a real thing out there. And we're very proud to be the pilots of the toolkits. And I went through the toolkit with all of my nurses. We have 7 nurses that work for us. So we went through that with all of the nurses and trying to get them to share it with especially our COPD patients and our heart failure patients. And no patient or client success stories yet, but I know one has been handed out. Then the client says as soon as they get better, they will try to quit smoking. But they wanted the information, and I'm sure if they don't follow through with that, they'll become our patient again. So we have a lot of short-term patients like that. But we've had some success with our employees and our family members. The owner, her aunt has quit smoking at 88 years old. It's about time. And the sister, not the one who started the company, but another sister of the two that started the company, she is now take the information and she is ready to try to quit smoking. So it's just good that we can get that information out to the patients and to our staff members also. And so glad to be a part of this great committee. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm Chelsea Hadamiel. I'm Courtney Zimmerman, and we work for Purdue Extension Nutrition Education Program here in Delaware County. And that means that we work with limited resource audiences to improve nutrition and physical activity in communities statewide. Currently, we are funded through SNAP Ed and FNAP dollars, which means that everything we provide for Delaware County is completely free.
So under the nutrition education program, what Tasha mentioned, Velvet Miller, there are nutrition education program assistants and community wellness coordinators. Chelsea and I are community wellness coordinators. We focus on policy systems and environmental changes, where Velvet is focusing more on direct education, but we're all dealing with limited resource with physical activity and nutrition as our focus.
And so far, the community has been really helpful in helping us develop the initiatives that we work on every day, especially directed at policy systems and environmental changes. And we really want to encourage the community to continue being involved in these initiatives. So if you hear some of these and you think you want to be involved, please come and talk to us. We'd love to talk to you about any of these. So a few examples. So right now, and Watasha kind of brought this up, and trying to increase the access to healthy food. We work on trying to increase access to use SNAP and WIC benefits at our local farmers markets. We're also looking at a community food box initiative in different locations around the county that will provide not only shelf-stable food, we're looking at partnering with local community gardens to provide fresh produce at least parts of the week, and then also some small utensils that they may not have access to. And we also are looking at some healthy checkout lanes in some of the local grocery and department stores.
And then I'm focusing more on the physical activity part, and a couple initiatives currently in the works are trying to get some signage that would say how many miles it would be from a park or the greenway or the community gardens to encourage people to get out and walk more. Another one is we're really working on is a free indoor playground. We're hearing a lot of, there are a lot of opportunities for indoor play, but nothing is really free. And since our audience is limited resource, we really want to provide a free opportunity for them. And then partnering with By Five and a couple other organizations, going to work on some story and learning trails around the community.
So when we're out doing our job in the community, some of the things that we look at are that community health issues are related to things that are out of an individual's control. And some of those include having limited or restricted options to make the healthy choice. And one of the most effective ways to improve health is to improve residents' options or access to healthy food, physical activities, and their structural environment.
And so at the bottom of our slide here, our motto is making the healthy choice the easy choice. And just to end with a quote from Chip and Dan Heath from their book Switch, it's about tweaking the environment is about making the right behaviors a little bit easier and the wrong behaviors a little more difficult. So,
Thank you.
About a round of applause for all of our presenters today. Thanks, everyone, for being a part of that and sharing your stories.